Here we go. I'm excited. So excited for this game. I. So, today, I'm guessing you guys can see that we're doing something a little different. Doing a bit of a visual novel. And I'm excited. The story looks great. So, let's just start to hop right into it. I've wanted to do something like this for a little bit, so I'm excited to finally get to try it out. I hope you guys enjoy, and hopefully we have a fun story. Also, the if we enjoy this, maybe you guys can suggest some other visual novels for me to go through. I already have one other one in mind I want to do, uh, but I'm excited for this one. It looks so good. Um, I was looking at some of the art on Steam and everything, and it looks so good. So I'm excited. Let's begin. Like, look at all the characters. Ooh, hang on. Let's turn that. We're gonna turn that down a little bit. I want to keep the voice volume high. Maybe not that high, but higher because I want to be able to hear. I do know there's some of the ah some of the lines are read out loud. I'm gonna turn that way down. Uh, you guys, let me know if any of the sound is off, and I will happily fix it. So let's do this. We're gonna start up a new game. Tell us your first name. Eden? Surname? Guys, what last name should I, Flower? Sure, I don't know. Is that what that means? Is that what a surname is? Did I just, I go by she, her, for the most part. Imagine I just completely misunderstood what a surname was. Got it completely wrong. Oh, it looks so good. Oh, okay. You have been selected for immediate transfer and are authorized to report. Oh my gosh. It's been a while since I've read cursive, so you guys can judge me all you want, but my brain is struggling to read this. Authorized to report to the enforcement headquarters in Lunris? I don't know how to pronounce those. Please find your mission information and all other relevant documents enclosed. Once the information has been digested, we order that the documents are promptly destroyed. This information is highly classified, as are all details of your relocation. Upon arrival, please. Oh, was not done. Okay, sorry, I probably did take a little bit there. Alright, we arrive. I'm excited. Hi, Onyx! Been traveling for days. My feet are sore, my eyes are tired, and all I can think about is how much I need some sleep. I'm a hunter, and I've been called here by the Lieutenant General of Escria? Something like that? I don't know. Guys, I feel like I'm gonna mispronounce a lot of things, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry in advance. To lead an investigation. The matter is apparently urgent if the rapid way in which I've been summoned is anything to go by. I gotta get better at reading. The things that you hear about in ghost stories and fables are all real, and it's my duty, my purpose, to protect humanity from those characters that go bump in the night. Creatures. I said characters. I meant creatures. But alright. This makes it feel like the show Supernatural, if you guys have ever seen that. There have been a series of particularly violent murders here in Larissa already lately, and the local enforcers, the agency that oversees us, can't seem to put their finger on who or what the culprit is. I was I was the most skilled hunter general in the previous town I was assigned to, but I eagerly welcome a change of scenery. Dot dot dot. Even if it does involve murder and a healthy dose of existential dread. Only the best change of scenery. That sounds awesome. Though, as I sink further into the town, the feeling that washes over me is making me wonder if I made the right choice. As as if even really as if I even really had one at all. Okay, that sentence for some reason threw me through a loop. Our lives are bound, and I live to serve. As hunters, we are the only ones equipped to deal with such monstrosities. Plucked from our families at a young age, we're told that we hold an incredibly rare talent, not only in passing the secretive initiation that gifts us with keen senses and empathic skills, but also in possessing the mental fortitude, intellect, and obedience necessary to ensure our effectiveness and loyalty. I got pulled into a cult. This is a cult. I don't know. Maybe. It sounds. I don't know. Plucked from your family at a young age. That I feel like nothing good starts with that. You don't yank kids away from families at young ages if you're doing something good. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I steal my. I steal myself? I don't know what that means. Okay. That's an interesting way to word it. I steal myself and wander aimlessly through the unusually narrow streets, unable to focus on much else other than the thought of a warm meal and a comfy bed. The only thing that distracts me from such thoughts is the way the sky begins to turn an inky, infinite black. Wisps of mist swirl around my ankles, sweeping from every crack and crevice. Flickers of magic are present within the smoky tendrils, and I can't help but wonder if my mind is playing tricks on me. This is so cool. We're only a few minutes into this and I love it. I love it so much. I think it's so cool. Oh my gosh. What's next? What's next? I turn a sharp corner and see people running, scooping up small children, scrambling to get inside. I hear the sound of doors slamming and locking, echoing off the crooked stonework. Oh, something's already happening. Curtains are drawn, windows are closed, and then darkness, the abnormal kind. Although the stars are shining brightly at a glance and the crescent moon hangs low, neither offer much light. It's unsettling, to say the least. Oh, what's happening? A chill runs down my spine and I walk faster, my sore feet continuing their protest. The instincts that have been part of me since my initiation kick in, and I have to and I can't speak is what I'm doing. Feeling deep in the pit of my stomach that I need to get inside fast. I spot a mage light lantern as I head forward down the street. The dull blue flame flickers in invitingly in the darkness, drawing me in. I'm surprised we haven't met anyone yet. I'm excited. I push the weathered wooden door open, and the light tinkle of a bell. Light, what is that? Yeah, I think that's right. That hangs above my head announces my presence. It's empty, only very dimly lit by a few worn down candles. The shelves are stocked with curious trinkets and jars of strange looking ingredients and potions, and an apparently endless collection of dusty old books lines the walls. It smells faintly of incense and a little of, is that ozone? Yes, like the way the air smells just before a storm. Like lightning. I hear footsteps and turn to find the owner, and I'm taken aback by the figure that appears from behind a pair of well placed curtains.
I was just closing up, but can I help you?
Oh, oh, we got the voice acting. How was that? I hope that wasn't too loud, everyone. Also, whoa. Hi. um, Wide eyes burn into me, brighter than the clearest of emeralds. That's more of a blue color. I thought emeralds were more green, but I mean, yeah. His aura feels distinctly magical, and I'm very aware that I'm looking at a witch, a powerful one at that. Oh, I'm excited. Hello. Sorry to intrude, but I appear to be a little lost. I'm looking for the tavern. His gaze falls to my weapons and my sash, his cheeks darkening as realization apparently sets
Are
in.
you the new hunter?
Oh, yeah? Oh. Yeah. Is it that obvious? Apparently. I mean, if somebody's already asking who you are within 2 seconds of meeting you, it's kind of obvious. But alright. He returns my smile, and I can't help but feel welcome. At home, even.
Oh, just a little. It's lovely to meet you. The town has been alight with gossip about you this week, you know. My name is Ezra, by the way.
Ooh, Ezra. That's a fun name. I'm Eden. It's nice to meet you, Ezra.
Did anyone happen to tell you not to wander the streets when darkness falls? As capable as I'm sure you are, it's not advised, especially these days.
Oh, this is so cool. I'm excited. This is fun. Yeah, I'm sure. Wait, you're telling the hunter that you've heard so much about not to wander the streets? What the heck? I shake my head, still a little out of sorts from the long journey. Then, much to my embarrassment, my stomach decides to grumble loudly. Of course, perfect timing. How rude of me. You must be starving. Take a seat in the back room and I'll quickly fix you up something. I am nowhere near as good as the voice actor, so sorry about that, guys. But uh the I'm guessing the voice acting lines are only sometimes only do it sometimes. Uh you really don't have to do that. I'd better be on my way.
You'll do no such thing. It's too dangerous out there. Please, I insist. It's no trouble, really.
This is so cool. All right. Well, I guess we have to stay, guys. We have to be nice, and we can't decline this amazing hospitality. I can hardly refuse when he's looking at me like that. Look, the game even is already talking about it. Even the game knows. I don't remember who all the options are to romance, but I'm pretty sure it's like every character. And look, Ezra already seems like a pretty fun character, but alright, well, moving on. Ooh. Oh, this looks so cute. I nod and follow him as he parts the curtains to reveal a cozy living space. There's a small kitchenette with a crooked dining table, and nestled in the corner is a tattered but comfy looking sofa. This is so cute. Ezra fills an old steel kettle and pops it on the stove, igniting the stubborn burner with a grunt before he turns and offers me a smile.
I'm just going to pop upstairs and get you some blankets. I really do insist you stay until morning. You must be exhausted, and I'd hate to send you out into the darkness knowing.
Ooh, knowing what? Give me the information. What's happening? What's happening around here? Tell me the gossip. He pauses, stopping himself.
Just wait here, and please, make yourself comfortable.
Okay. Oh my gosh, wait, look at the picture. That's such a cute little picture. I love it. Oh my gosh. I can think of nothing worse than even walking across the street right now, let alone across town. So I swallow a polite protest. Thank you, Ezra. He disappears up a narrow staircase, and my curiosity instantly gets the better of me. A solitary candle burns upon the countertop. Colorful, magical little lights hanging from various picture frames and shelves, as well as an ambiance of luscious green plants. This is a lot of big words. My brain is trying to digest all the big words. It's utterly enchanting, just like its owner, and obviously very well loved. There are generous amounts of personal belongings and keepsakes littering every possible nook, and I eye a tiny dish that's overflowing with brightly colored jewelry. Besides it, Beside it sits a pile of crumbled parchment. Ooh. Some of the pages are covered in elegant looping script, and others are filled with lovingly rendered portraits. I tentatively reach for the one of the sketches. Oh, he draws! That's so cool! At the top of the pile, but a loud creak startles me. Oh, you got caught snooping? This is why you don't snoop. You always seem to get caught snooping. I turn, as alert as I've always been taught. My brain just stopped in the middle of that. I turn, as alert as I've always been taught to be, as my fingers edge towards my weapon, the hairs on the back of my neck standing to attention, and I immediately know there's a creature nearby. Oh! What's near? What's near? That's when I see them. A pair of glowing eyes. Fierce. A player. Guys, maybe this was a bad idea. Apparently, I can't speak. A pair of glowing, fierce golden eyes peeking up at me from a previously hidden hatch in the floorboards. And before I can even think about defending myself. Oh, hello. I'm pinned to the wall by a firm, cold, and inherently not human arm. Okay. Well, hey, I have that hairstyle. My hair's a little curlier than yours, but I have a similar hairstyle. Hang on, I gotta take a drink. All this reading. Luckily, I did think ahead, and I do have a drink with me. Huh, I'm guessing vampire, maybe. Just a hint. Just maybe.
Who the hell are you? Where is Ezra?
Oh, you know Ezra. Uh-huh. Well, his lips curl into a snarl, affording me what feels like an incredibly pointed view of a set of long, sharp fangs. If I hadn't already clocked his deathly parlor, I think that's the word, there'd be no second guessing what kind of creature I'm dealing with here. Vampire. Yeah. Makes sense. I know I'd already be quite dead if that was what he truly wanted, and I feel nothing from him other than an overwhelming desire to protect something or someone. Are are the vampire and Ezra together? I mean, 'cause don't get me wrong. I was thinking about like dating Ezra. I just met. I've only met two characters, but still, like, are you two together? Is that you're protecting someone or somebody else with you? What's going on here? His aura is panicked but distinctly non-threatening, so I decide to relax against his hold. I cautiously raise my hands in surrender in the hopes he'll stand down. We're not taught to harm creatures who have no intent to harm us. It isn't what we stand for, at least not the honorable hunters. Oh, not all of them are honorable, I guess. I mean, that's not a surprise. Plus, vampires are the closest thing there is to humans in the Demonology Handbook, and I've met a few reasonable ones in my time. Oh, okay. Emphasis on a few. He retreats a little, just as I had hoped, just enough for me to gather my composure. We get a choice. This is one of the first choices. Well, come on. He seems panicked. And is already asking about Ezra. So let's just tell him Ezra's safe. Ezra is fine, I swear it. Ooh, look at that arm. What is that? Those bright, disarming eyes burn into my own, a chill skittering over my skin. He looks like he's searching for something, his dark brows twitching as he studies my face, a thick scar cutting through the one on the right. Something that looks a lot like a relief settles upon his face. I can't help but wonder what a vampire is doing sneaking into Ezra's home at this hour.
If you're playing tricks on me, I'll have your head. Understand?
Yeah, sure. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. I nod once, my hand still raised where he can see I mean no harm. I'm not lying. He's safe. He's upstairs. I tip my tin. I tip my chin towards the staircase in the hope. Oh my gosh. In the hope he'll use his head and seek Ezra out with those impressive senses of his. He takes a step back, but he still doesn't seem to trust me. I don't entirely blame him. I know how he feels. The sound of the kettle whistling as it comes to a boil distracts him, and he visibly relaxes. His gaze quickly darts to the staircase and then back to me. He steps back, the candlelight illuminating his angular face, all sharp lines and hair as black as night. He's otherworldly, obviously attractive in that tall, dark, and dead way. It's in the tall, dark, and dead way. The dead way. And his arm is missing from the shoulder down. Oh, is that like... Okay, cool. In its place is an advanced-looking prosthetic flowing with what looks like incredibly advanced magic. Oh! Oh, I'm putting pieces together. That must be how he knows Ezra. He catches me looking at it and quirks the scarred brow.
Like what you see? Sorry, it's not for sale.
Oh, well, I was more trying to figure out the magic, but okay. Alright. Alright. Ezra appears from upstairs. His eyes widen as he surveys the sight before him.
Finn? What are you doing here?
Finn? Your name is Finn. It's a very... I wasn't picturing Finn for this character, but I don't know. That's still a good, cute name. Iron fingers curl around Ezra's forearm. What? almost as though he's just checking he's real. His prosthetic thrums brightly as if it's responding to touch. Aw, you were worried. I sensed that you felt uneasy. I came immediately. Are you okay? Oh my gosh, these two are so cute. You two better be a couple. This is adorable. Ezra smiles, covering Finn's hand with his own to gently pat it. A reassuring gesture. The intricate pattern etched into the dark iron pulses like a heartbeat. Ooh, I want to know more about that. What's going on there? I was only very briefly startled by the appearance of our new friend here. Right. It's a very, very for sure and trustworthy right. Finn turns to me and dips his head in an apology.
I'm sorry about that less than savoury introduction, Hunter. Things are a little on edge here lately.
I hope you guys can hear those voices. But alright. I'd never have guessed. Yeah, no clue. Didn't have a single clue. Ezra shakes his head, clearly amused by my sarcasm.
I'm fine. You really don't need to jump every stranger that passes this way.
No, maybe you do. No, maybe you do. It's cute. Come on. Keep caring for each other. The final reassurance seems to make the tension melt from Finn's broad shoulders. Sorry, Eden. You don't need to be alarmed. He's an ally, I swear it. Even if he doesn't give the best first impression. It's okay. Finn offers me a genuine, almost soft smile, but he looks guilty, as he should, I suppose. I mean, not really. Stranger in your friend's house. I can see being a little, like, concerned. I guess maybe don't jump the stranger, but oh well. I catch Azra eyeing me waringly, clearly sensing my apprehension. It isn't like it's every night you find yourself in a magic shop staring at a witch and an apparently friendly vampire. Finn's whole demeanor changed the second he laid eyes on Ezra, and I feel any final traces of fear melting away as he steps forward and offers me his hand. The smile that crosses his lips is mischievous, and cold fingers grip my own in a firm handshake when I reach for him. Oh, we're making friends. Good for us.
It's truly a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, yes. Pleasure is all mine. Yeah. I don't know. His pretty eyes brush over. Oh, I already calling his eyes pretty. I see that little detail. His pretty eyes brush over me like a caress. Okay. His pupils dilating, and I feel myself swaying, leaning towards him almost unconsciously. Oh, wait, what? There's a soft whisper of muffled thoughts echoing in my mind, and I can't quite tell if they belong to me or him. It's soothing. And whatever he's doing grants me the foresight to see that he's most certainly is harmless, that he bears no ill will towards me. What just happened? Wait, what is that? That's fun. Was that like not really mind control, but like, I don't know, that's cool. Something tells me he now senses I'm harmless too.
Finnegan, stop that. It's not polite.
Oh, you gotta blush. I see that. I see it. Also, Finnegan. Use the whole name. You're really in trouble now. Finn closes his eyes briefly, breaking whatever connection he has created with me, and he offers me a killer smile. Literally. Shit, those fangs are really no joke. He must be pushing at least five centuries. Oh, you can tell their age by their fangs? That's cool. That's cool. I've heard of vampires enthralling their victims before a kill, but that felt more like a request to be understood, like he wanted to show me that he can be trusted. He exchanges an almost sheepish, knowing glance with Ezra, and I quickly feel my mind clearing itself. It's interesting to see such a powerful creature wither under a witch's gaze. Oh, sorry, I'm just checking. He looks at me and our eyes lock. I nod once, appreciating that he cared enough to put me at ease. Then he's grinning again, wickedly. Oh gosh. I hope he didn't hear anything untoward in there. That's another word I'm a little iffy on. I hope I said that right. You know, this stream is just gonna really expose me for getting confused with words a lot. Anyways, Ezra fusses with the kettle, pouring me a cup of fragrant tea and offering it to me on a pretty floral saucer. Oh, cool. I love tea. I love tea. I want to know what kind of fragrant tea. What kind of tea we have in here? Here, this will help you get a good night's sleep. Oh, what do we? Is it like lavender or like a mint tea? I want to know. Give me the small details. Come on. I take the cup with a nod, both of them staring intently as I take a small sip. It's good, refreshing, and exactly what I need. So, Eden, are you looking forward to becoming part of this ouch? Okay. Ezra elbows him in the ribs, throwing him a stern warning glance, and Finn flinches a little too dramatically for a big, scary creature. Lovely town? Oh, yep, good catch. Not suspicious at all. I'm totally not curious on what you were actually talking about.
Do you have any idea what you've gotten yourself into?
Uh, nope, but here we are. You know what? I like a little adventure. Let's do this. I'm used to a little adventure. I truly hope I can help. Uh, uh. Ezra looks defeated but strangely optimistic. Why are you defeated? What's going on? Come on, tell me the story. Let me in. Come on. I hope my words sound honest because I really have little choice. I have to help. It's my job. My duty. Well, you certainly seem capable enough. Finn grimaces, exchanging a strange look with Ezra, and I feel like they're not telling me something. Yeah, they're definitely not telling me something. That's not just a feeling, that's a fact.
My clan and I are at your disposal, should you require any assistance.
Oh, fun. I've got vampire backup. Fun. Clan? He nods, but I decide not to press him for details. Yet, I'd definitely like to know how many supposedly good vampires reside here in Loris. Lunaris. I think that's how you pronounce it. We're gonna ignore that. It took me that long to figure it out. I offer both of them a smile and finish up my tea. Ezra hurries to take the empty cup from me and sets it upon the table. He places his hand upon Finn's arm. Finn, Eden needs to rest. Maybe you should head home? Finn nods and Ezra follows him as he heads for the hatch. The random hatch you just have in your house. Okay. They embrace briefly and Finn whispers something into Ezra's ear, the witch grinning brightly as he pulls away. Then Finn's warm golden gaze locks with my own and he smiles.
Be sure to take care. If you ever need anything, just scream, and I'll come running.
Ah, that's comforting. Yep, I'll be sure to scream. He winks and my treacherous cheeks threaten to warm at the sight of it. He notices and laughs quietly, a deep, comforting rasp that I can most certainly find myself getting used to. I'm making friends. Yay! Nice to meet you, Finn. Finn gracefully lowers himself into the hatch and Ezra stares into the darkness until the door slams shut. He turns and retrieves a tin of biscuits from the cupboard, offering them to me and waiting expectantly until I take a handful.
Please don't let our apprehension worry you. I'm sure you're more than capable of getting to the bottom of all this. Some are saying the town has been cursed, but I sense something else. Something bigger.
What is it? What is it? What is it? Come on, tell me. Give me the details. Well, it's always a terrible night. It's always a terrible night for a curse. Even though we've only just met, I feel like I can trust him. Within moments of my arrival, I could tell that something about this town is off, and I intend to get to the bottom of this mess. Yes, I do. I do. I have to live up to my apparently impressive reputation, right?
We've lost people, good people, and the investigation seems to have just halted. And we don't know what more we can do.
Give me 1 second. There we go. Okay. Alright. Sorry. There we go. Ooh. Alright. So I've got to get a cold case basically going again. That's fun.
Ugh. Look at me getting all emotional when you're probably dead on your feet and desperate to get some sleep.
No, no, no. I want to hear more. He quickly gathers himself, forcing a laugh to break the somber mood. Thank you for letting me stay, Ezra. I'll be out of your hair first thing. I stifle a yawn as Ezra turns to fuss with some blankets. I'm thoroughly looking forward to sitting upon the sofa, however tiny it may be.
Really, it's no problem at all. Wouldn't dream of letting you wander the streets at this hour, especially after that journey. I'll see you in the morning. If you need anything, just shout.
What's the deal with everyone being like, I gotta yell to get help around here? He heads upstairs and I eagerly remove my boots. The relief is instant when I settle against the cushions, pulling the soft blankets up to my chin. Despite the abundance of questions that currently flood my mind, I swiftly fall into a blissful, dreamless sleep. Oh, we made it through the first night at least. We did it. After I wake and Ezra eagerly makes me more tea, I join him in the shop as I prepare to leave. I wait patiently while he deals with what sounds like a particularly difficult customer, doing my best to eavesdrop as I survey the books that line the walls. Most of them are in languages I don't understand. There's a strange energy in the air, and my senses tell me that Ezra's visitor is also of magical origin.
You really can't just drop by like this and expect me to have what you need right away. These things take time.
What's happening? What's happening? Drama! Give me drama. I always love eavesdropping. I say that. I don't do it on purpose, but if people are going to have these conversations just out in the open, might as well listen.
That's always your excuse, Ezra. Do you not want me to work hard to save this town?
Oh, you're trying to save this town too? Hey, that's my job. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you taking my job? Ezra sighs, apparently not willing to argue. Or maybe he knows he'll lose. The tall figure he's bickering with turns to look at me, and I'm caught off guard by their piercing eyes, their stare cutting me to my core. They scowl, their lips pressed as they turn on a towering heel like I have a target on my forehead. Ezra looks like he's about to try and say something to stop them, but they wave dismissively over their shoulder. Oh, well, this is what happens if you eavesdrop. You get pulled into the conversation somehow. All right, here we go. They come to a stop before me and steal their gaze, staring me down and studying me from head to toe in a slow, pointed drag. I register the familiar violet sash that adorns their torso. uh, the very same as mine, and I exchange a quick glance with Ezra. He looks apologetic as he hurriedly emerges from behind the counter to join us. An enforcer, then, one who's apparently doesn't feel that it is necessary to wear standard uniform. Or maybe they simply think they're too important. They have a commanding presence about them, and I can't help but wonder what rank they hold.
So you're my new subordinate? Interesting.
Oh no, it's our boss. Oh no. Gus? Your name is Gus? All I can think about is the rat from Cinderella. maybe that's bad. Gus. August? So this is the infamous Major General Wilhelm. How many names do you have? What? That I've been assigned to. They're a prolific figure countrywide, and they're known for being responsible for one of the best hunters that Ezekiel has to offer. It will be a true honor to serve under them, despite their apparently icy disposition. Historically, enforcers aren't the friendliest bunch. They live to serve just as we do, but they hold as much higher authority and love to remind us about it. Okay, so we have enforcers and hunters. So I'm a hunter. This is an enforcer. Okay. The way Ezra said their name carried a warning, and I don't know if it's August or Augustus. We're gonna go with Augustus. Augustus? Oh, whatever. Scowls at him briefly before turning their attention back to me. I notice how tired they look, their eyes heavy lidded and their skin pale, and they even almost sway where they stand. Apparently, Ezra notices too, a flash of concern crossing his features as he quickly rushes to gather some ingredients from a locked cabinet. It looks like he's done this before. Seen them like this before. It's a pleasure to meet you, Enforcer Wilhelm.
Yes, I know exactly who you are.
Oh no.
Your arrival has caused quite a stir, and more than a little paperwork.
What? My bad. Whoops. Sorry. They glance over at Ezra, watching as he breaks off a few sprigs from a neatly wrapped bundle of herbs and pops them into a glass vial. Their foot taps impatiently on the floor, an exasperated scoff falling from their lips as they turn to look at me once again, eyes rolling. So tell me, Hunter Flower. Oh gosh, I didn't think about that last name. Oh well. It's done now. Are you ready to partake in one of the most baffling missions I've come across? Ooh, yeah. We'll see. I hate whenever I'm not sure like what it's leading to. Like, are we doing we'll see, like doubting that the mission's hard, or are we doing we'll I want to do we'll see. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see, won't we?
I do hope you're joking.
Oh, dang it. Dang it, how'd I know it was gonna go wrong? I grin, shrugging playfully, hoping to crack their apparently rock-hard exterior. Augustus's cheeks darken, turning a charming shade of dusky rose. Ha! It worked. See, I know what I'm doing. I know, guys. I can talk to people, even fictional characters. I can do it. I can assure you I'll try my best, Enforcer Wilhelm. Augustus makes a dismissive noise, still eyeing me waringly. This won't be as effective, but it'll do the job for now. As Augustus eagerly reaches for the vial clutched in Ezra's palm, the witch pulls away and fixes them with a worried glance.
Please stop doing this to yourself. They're pushing you too far and you know it. You're better than this.
Oh, we got some drama. Now, we both know that's not true. Ezra surrenders the vial, the viscous violet liquid glowing dully as Augustus takes it with a trembling hand. Ezra squeezes Augustus's fingers before pulling away. He looks impossibly sad. There's always a choice, remember that. Augustus seems lost for words but manages to maintain their carefully crafted annoyance. They reach for the door with yet another roll of their eyes, pausing briefly to catch my
I'll
gaze.
see you tomorrow. Don't be late.
I don't know what I'm not being late to, but I won't be late. Oh, we're outside now. Oh, fancy. I'm excited. We stand outside the shop, the sky bright, but the town somehow still feeling inherently gloomy.
If you ever need anything, you know where to find me. Please don't hesitate to stop by.
Ah, fun. Okay. We better not hesitate to stop by. You won't get rid of me if you say that. Yeah, I'll totally. Here's the thing, you become friends with me, I become clingy, and I'm always there. So you're stuck with me now. So. Oh, I wouldn't mind that. His smile softens, and I feel incredibly grateful that I stumbled across him. I mean it, though, any time, and be careful. Thank you, Ezra. I bid him farewell, reluctantly leaving the warmth and safety of the shop behind to follow the rickety old street signs that point me towards the tavern, the place I'll be calling home for the foreseeable future. Oh, I'm just living like, my dogs are barking. They're interrupting the story. The tavern is bustling and full to the brim with red-faced patrons. The tables littered with empty tankards. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's only 9:30 in the morning, but clearly this town likes to drown their sorrows, even if the sun has barely risen. Oh, that's fun. I push my way to the bar, and a scowling barmaid rolls her eyes at me, and I politely raise my hand to get her attention. What? I have a room here. Could I check in, please? She promptly rolls her eyes again and ducks beneath the bar, reappearing within a few seconds looking even more pissed off. Room isn't ready until 2. You'll have to get a drink and make yourself scarce. All right. I muster a polite, albeit forced smile, turning to find a table, but I find myself face to face with a striking, scowling woman who appears to be blocking me entirely on purpose. Oh no, I'm making enemies.
So this is the famous hunter that's taking my place then?
I didn't, what, no, I didn't want to.
You don't look like anything special to me. Come to gloat, have you? Rub it in my face.
No, I promise. No, that's not what's happening here at all. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. I'm Eden. She looks taken aback, clearly not expecting me to be polite, and she quickly straightens up, her features softening, kind of. I know exactly who you are.
I'm Piper. Piper Merriman.
Yes, hi. I'm the Sorry, former general. I was leading this investigation until you came along. Oh, wait, that's not what I wanted to happen. No, come on. I'm just following orders. I had no idea. I just go where I'm ordered. See? See? You of all people must know we don't have much of a choice. Her gaze drops to her hands and she picks at a non-existent piece of lint on her trousers. Yes, well, I do know that, I suppose. So I've really been called here to take Piper Merriman's place? She's a legend, having racked up more kills than some of the most seasoned hunters, and all that the tender age and all at the tender age of 24. I feel terrible. I wasn't told I'd be replacing anyone, and her being upset suddenly seems pretty justified. I'd be devastated if I was demoted too. We work so hard and put our lives on the line, while the majority of the enforcers sit safely behind their desks, holding our fate in their hands, in hands that aren't stained with blood, while our fingertips drip with it. Ooh, that's fun. Oh no, she's hot. Piper makes a vague gesture at the barmaid, and she's swiftly handed a glass of warm amber liquid that she delicately cradles in her palm. She steps closer with narrowed eyes, surveying me in a way that almost reminds me of Augustus. Pretty sure I won't be getting Employee of the Month anytime soon. Ah, fun. That's okay. We could always work together. I'm getting the feeling I'll need the help. And I'm sorry, truly. I can't imagine how frustrating this must be for you. She continues to look annoyed, but I can tell a more vulnerable emotion lingers beneath this seemingly rock-hard exterior. She swirls the rum around, watching the gentle slosh of it as it coats the sides of the glass.
Yes, well, that's what I get for being utterly shit at my job, isn't it?
No, how dare they? How dare they tell you you're bad at your job? I had to take a drink. We're talking about all these drinks. I need a drink. My voice. She scoffs a laugh, but the smile that curls at her ruby lips doesn't reach her eyes. Anyways, I'm sure we'll see you in the field. I'm not totally useless, apparently.
They just have me doing the awful jobs, the stuff that doesn't actually matter. What a waste of a perfectly amazing hunter.
I don't know who this voice actor is, but they're awesome. I love their all these voice actors have been amazing. It is so cool. Enforcers, just a bunch of pencil-pushing wankers? I stay silent, sensing that she might need someone to vent to. I've been there. Our job can be hard, and not just on our bodies.
Anyway, I can see I'm boring you. I'll just be over there, continuing to drown my sorrows until Willenheim summons me.
Willenheim, that's how you pronounce it. Okay. They seem like it. I huff a laugh, covering my mouth with my hand in a poor attempt to stifle the noise, and she seems briefly amused by my reaction. She offers me a thoughtful glance and then sighs
Don't
loudly.
take any shit from them, okay?
Okay, all right, I will try my best, but I'm really bad at standing up for myself.
Come and see me if they bother you. I'm not afraid to stick my boot up their backside. Again.
Good. Okay. Yay. I have help. I have help. Anyways, I'll see you around. I love her. I absolutely love her. She doesn't wait for me to respond, and with a flick of long chestnut hair, she's gone. I spot her disappearing into the heavy crowd that's mulling about in the center of the tavern, a crowd that's apparently pretty pissed off about something. I decide to investigate. What? What we gonna find out? Might as well get stuck right in. What could possibly go wrong? Never ask that question. Ever. I push my way into the crowd, and what I find both baffles and amuses me. A lichen, a hybrid lichen, sat smack bang in the middle of the tavern, arms folded across his chest. He has a smirk plastered across his scarred lips, his wolf ears twitching dismissively as the town folks hoot and holler at him. Oh no. The lichen doesn't seem to care and grabs his drinks with taking a deep swig. My first impression is that he seems perfectly harmless, even if his cockiness is almost a palatable aura. As I take a step closer, however, I can see the scars he bears. A seasoned scrapper, then, not shy in the least and eager to stir up the okay. It's some of these words I'm struggling with. Authorities and other creatures, apparently. He spots me, then, his scarlet eyes flashing, and then he's kicking out the chair in front of him, gesturing for me to sit down. Okay. Either he's bold or he's got something to prove, and I find myself being watched by the eyes of every tavern goer. They're all waiting to see if I'm going to oblige the object of their disdain, and the tavern falls deathly silent. As I take a seat, the crowd slowly begins to disperse, though their eyes stay firmly fixed upon both myself and the lichen as they return to their respective seats.
They're lucky I kept my cool. Wouldn't you say, Hunter?
Oh, sure. Yeah. I wouldn't say you seem harmless. Sure, yeah. They are incredibly so. They obviously haven't seen a lichen in their true form, have they? But then you look an awful lot like a halfling. Is that what? Yeah. I pointedly look at his human ears. He smirks, apparently highly amused.
Oh, I'm sure they've seen one or two around these parts. They're just stupid.
Yeah. Lot of people are. But I grin, finding myself shamelessly liking him already. I see. How about you tell me your name and why you apparently have a death wish hanging around in a tavern full of humans who quite clearly aren't too fond of non-humans. He bristles, his tail whipping around at the leg of the chair, and as he places his now empty tankard upon the table. The noise draws a gasp from nearly every single patron, and I glance over at Piper, who sits in the corner, either oblivious or uncaring.
It's Alcar, and I don't have a death wish. Not today, anyway.
Okay, why'd you have to be so dramatic to just say that? Only today? He smiles, folding his arms back across his chest.
You don't need to concern yourself with me, Hunter. I stay far away from your kind. From everyone. Mostly.
Mostly. Okay.
I do enjoy coming here to rile this lot up, though.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Unless they come looking for me, of course.
Oh, this is getting good. Wow. Okay, alright. He glances over his shoulder, catching Piper's gaze. So they probably know each other. Oh, she flips him off and turns back around to face me. his shoulders shaking with his laughter. Oh, yep, they definitely know each other.
I'm sure you'll grow to despise me in time, just like every other idiot in this hopeless town.
Who says? Who says? I may be dumb sometimes, but I'm not always an idiot. He stands and all the patrons stiffen. It's so quiet you could hear a pin drop, but Alcar merely rolls his pretty eyes and flashes me a sharp grin. He looms over me, close enough that I can smell the earthly, distinctly scent of him. I don't know how to pronounce that other
If
word.
my advice is worth anything to you, then trust me when I say to trust no one.
Everyone says that. Come on, give me better advice. He stares me down. Even you?
Especially me.
Well, I mean, that's obvious. Why had I ask that?
Goodbye, Hunter.
I watch him leave, feeling everyone's gaze still fixed upon me. I compose myself and offer them a smile as genuine as I can muster after such an odd encounter. I glance at the clock. It's only 10:30. This took an hour? All this? I guess. I did talk to a lot of people. Or two people mainly. I have some time to kill. I do. Oh, are we? I have time to kill. Let's go to the graveyard? Okay, alright. This town is small, very small, and it takes me less than an hour to walk it from end to end. On my travels, I find myself drawn to the cemetery, and the scent of blood is thick here. Yeah, it's a cemetery. What are we doing here? Why are you drawn to cemeteries? That's not normal. I guess probably the hunter job's not normal. Anyways, that would be because this is the last site of the murder. I come across a patch of scorched grass. The earth around it is trampled by boots of enforcers and hunters alike. The remnants of a crumbled gravestone are littered around the perfect black outline of a body, and I take a deep breath, crouching down to skim my fingers along the edges. I close my eyes and try to picture it, what happened to them, but it's hard to truly see knowing how stark the darkness is here. It's a blur, a mere memory, but I feel terror. They were so scared, utterly alone in their final moments. That is so sad. Okay. But something sticks out to me over all that fear. I'm sorry, I love you. Oh, did they know their killer? The words hit me hard, my chest aching, and I feel an intense longing. I feel love, the powerful and unconditional kind that snatches the air from your lungs. I take a deep breath and force myself to stand, trying to shake the feeling. I'll find out who killed you. I think it was somebody they may have loved. Potentially, what if there was a betrayal? Ooh. I'm startled by a sudden sound of heavy footsteps. My hand hovering over my weapon, I look around frantically, on guard and ready, and then a striking figure appears. What? Hello. What? How many? I forget how many characters there are. We've met a lot of characters. He's clad in fine clothing, his long hair tied into a neat ponytail, the crown of his head adorned with delicate jewelry, and I should be unsettled. The pointed teeth of the sharp claws indicating he's definitely not human, but he's smiling. Definitely not human, but I mean, we've met a lot of non-humans. They seem better than the humans. Then the flicker of a spade-tipped tail tells me that all I need to know. I'm staring at a glamoured demon, though I'm finding it hard to be alarmed by his presence, which seems to be the theme around Lunaris. I keep mispronouncing it. It's gonna keep happening. His eyes are warm chestnut brown, and they sparkle in the dappled sunlight as he gazes at me in wonder.
Hello, Hunter. I've been looking forward to meeting you.
Oh, you know of me. A lot of people do. I don't know if it's a good or bad thing. You have? You've been expecting me? Who are you? I watch his cheeks darken, his gaze dropping to the grass.
Well, people talk and I listen. And they've done a lot of talking about you. I hope I didn't scare you.
Well, you kind of did. You snuck up on somebody who's investigating a murder scene. It's pretty easy to scare them. Well, he's certainly not like any other demon I've encountered. The not trying to kill me part helps. You didn't. It's okay.
You're sure? I've gotten used to startling people.
Yeah. I promise you, I've seen scarier. He laughs, his tail flickering. Oh, I'm certain you have. His aura is calm, if not a little skittish, and I decide he's probably more scared of me than I am of him. He's still hard to read, though, and it's frustrating, but not necessarily alarming. What's your name? The demon exhales sharply, apparently relieved that I'm making conversation rather than drawing my weapon.
It's Omen.
Omen? Oh. Oh. You've got to be kidding me. I wasn't going to point it out, but okay, apparently the game's going to point it out. What kind of omen? I feel a smile curling at the corner of my lips. Are you a good omen or a bad one? His lashes flicker, and I quickly realize he may not be versed in bad jokes. Oh no, I made a joke so bad he didn't get it. Oh, I'm sorry. That was a bad joke. Don't worry. Yep, don't worry about it. It's nice to meet you, Omen. I'm Eden. Is the tail like flashing color, or am I crazy? I think I'm crazy. Alright, whatever. So how's your first day in Lunaris been? I huff a quiet laugh, yet again perplexed by the wonderfully weird inhabitants of this town. He's certainly the most polite demon I've ever met. I guess it's been fine. I'm just a little overwhelmed. It's a strange town, isn't it? Omen laughs, the sound musical and almost infectious, causing my own smile to
You're
widen.
being polite. It's more than strange. It's a mess. A mess I and many others hope you can fix.
There's a lot of pressure being put on me. This is okay. I grimace, my gaze drifting back down to the place where the last murder victim lay. I sigh and muster as much confidence as I possibly can. I can do this. I can solve these murders. So, absolutely no pressure, then. Omen shrugs playfully.
No pressure at all. Welcome to Lunaris.
Lunaris! Finally somebody said it. Thank you. I'm just struggling with pronunciations. That's the whole stream. Oh, whoa, we're in a fancy place now. I make it to the enforcement headquarters, with time to spare after Augusta's thinly veiled threat about tardiness yesterday. That was yesterday? I thought that was this morning. Whoops. Wait, does that mean... Oh, okay, yeah. So we went through another night. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and save. Go ahead and save there. I just want to have a save spot, just in case anything happens. I had a terrible night's sleep on scratchy sheets, and I couldn't possibly feel less ready to face my less than friendly superior. I raise my fist to knock on the door, but the muffled conversation that I hear coming from inside has me hesitating. I apparently eavesdrop a lot. It sounds heated, and I glance at the clock on the wall behind me to check the time. I have 1 minute before I'm sure General. They just pronounced their name, and I'm still like confused. Okay. I'm gonna say General Will. I'm just gonna do that. It's easier to pronounce. Will admonish me for being late. So, I take a deep breath and I knock. The voices stop suddenly. I hear a clack of heels, and then. Yes? Oh, it's you. They quickly glance at the clock.
Well, you're on time at least. Congratulations.
Yeah, yay! I did something right. Da, da, da.
I know it's terribly cozy out there, but please come in.
Oh, well, I was trying to be nice and wait for you to invite me in, but okay. I nod politely and quickly step into the enforcer's office. It's beautifully decorated and neatly arranged with neatly arranged bookcases lining the wall that are laden with a collection of trinkets and tomes that possibly rival Ezra's. There's a huge desk in the middle that overflows with reports and letters and half-empty ink pots, an elegant sapphire quill poised and ready. Then, as if I'm expecting a rather vivid case of deja vu. Oh, Piper! Piper appears before me, looking decidedly less impressed than she did in the tavern yesterday.
Hunter.
Yeah, it's me. Hello. I want to acknowledge Piper. Hello, Piper. Nice to see you. She stares at me, eyes narrowed and gaze flickers to Augustus, who stands quietly just behind me. Their hands clasped behind my back, a dark eyebrow quirked almost expectantly. Piper frowns at them, her nose crinkling, before she swiftly turns her attention back to me. Yes, you too. What? Was I supposed to not say hi to Piper? Oh man, I thought I could say hi to Piper and then look back at my superior. I offer her a smile, but one she offers in return doesn't quite meet her eyes. I appreciate the effort nonetheless. So you two have met already, In the tavern again, were you, Piper? Oh no, did I get Piper in trouble? Dang it. Augustus sighs heavily when we both fail to respond, and Piper manages to look anywhere but her superior. Anyway, they run their hand along the edges of their desk, inspecting their perfectly dust-free fingertip as Piper huffs in the general direction.
I know you have very important business to attend to, but I'm not finished with you yet, Willenheim.
Willenheim. I'm not going to remember that. Is that so?
I've given you your mission. You've complained about it loudly.
Oh, drama.
So, pray tell, Major, what else could there possibly be?
Stop being a jerk. Piper flinches, and I see her demeanor shift, her admiral determination withering and dying as that word rolls off Augustus' tongue. A harsh reminder of her demotion, and one that clearly stings. I wonder if I'll ever get the chance to ask her about it, to finally know what exactly she did to warrant her being made such an example of.
Nice, August. Really nice.
It is August. Dang it. I thought I was being all fancy with the names. Yeah, why you gotta be such a jerk, August? I was trying to give you a nice name and everything instead of being named after a month. You could quite literally cut the tension in here with a dull-bladed dagger. It's not awkward at all. ... We, have a meeting, General? August sighs, glancing at Piper almost guiltily, but the sorry expression fades the second she meets their gaze. Yes, we do. Is that everything for today? I forget. Merriman? I think that's how you pronounce it. Is it
Ugh.
I wasn't asking. Oh my gosh. They take a deep breath, pinching the bridge of their nose between their forefingers and thumb. I love Piper. I love how determined she is. You're dismissed for today, Merriman. They stare each other down, and I wonder how the hell they ever managed to become one of the most successful elimination teams in all of Ezekiel. I've heard countless weird and wonderful stories of their partnership, of Piper's unparalleled strength and August's unmatched intelligence. But here, now, all I see is a dispirited hunter and impossibly tired enforcer. Harry is on his way. I suggest you depart quickly.
Shit.
She blanches at that, and I can almost see her admitting defeat. Her shoulders relax, and the furrow in her brow fades.
Fine. I'll go and look for your possibly a small chimera, but probably a big fucking cat.
Oh, this story is so fun.
One day you'll have to stop punishing me, you know.
Piper grabs a set of expensive-looking daggers from the chair in front of the desk, strapping them on her back with haste. She pauses in front of me, those dark eyes soften as she meets my gaze.
See you around, Hunter. Enjoy your important meeting, and remember what I said. Foot. Ass.
I will remember. She chances another glance at August, and they suddenly become very interested in studying their perfectly manicured nails. With a wink, she then fully spins to face August, squaring up to them playfully. The enforcer towers above her, still uncaring, still unbothered. Oh gosh. Piper's fun. With that, she turns on her heels and slams the door so hard it shakes in its frame. August walks around the back of their desk, practically falling into the well-used leather chair. Oh. I scan the piles of paperwork that litter the surface, taking in countless reports and letters, scribbled diagram and gruesome drawings. Oh, we're gonna get into the murders. I gotta get a drink before we get into that, though. It's a lot of talking and reading. All right, let's get into this. I get the impression August is in over their head. The disorder. I lost my focus. The disorder of all this information makes my fingers twitch. They watch me carefully, stifling a yawn with a trembling hand. I know. Trust me, I know. As much as I hate to admit it, we've got nothing. As of right now, I suspect everyone in this town, as you should. Though I may not really know them yet, I sense that this kind of vulnerability I'm seeing is rare. August doesn't strike me as the type to admit defeat so easily, and something more serious than the usual stress of the job seems to be lingering under the surface. After what I witnessed back in Ezra's shop, I can't help but wonder what they were like before all of this. The way the young witch looked at them. It was pity. Ezra pitied August. Oh, let's get into the story. Tell it all. August huffs a quiet laugh and relaxes back in their chair. And for the first time since we met, they seem to let their guard down.
I don't know why Harry decided you were the right person for this job above all others, but I trust him implicitly. So, whatever plan he has for you, we had better make it work.
Okay, so much confidence. I feel great. They pause, staring me down with those ice blue eyes. They feel a little more magenta-y. Not magenta, like lavender-y. I don't know. Now, are you ready to begin? I don't think I really want to do the romance route with August. Even though they seem like a lovely character that's being put under a lot of stress, and I feel bad for them. So far, it's either Piper or Ezra that I'm like, I feel impatient and restless. I'm practically crawling out of my skin as I sit in the chair. Surely I should be out there already, talking and gathering evidence. What's the first step? August flicks through a document covered in an elegant looping script, barely glancing up at me when they next speak. You meet Harry. Harry tells us both what to do, and we do it. They chuck the papers aside, watching as they slide across the desk and join the rest of the jumbled reports. I stare them down, perplexed. They really have nothing for me? No brief before I meet the most important man in Ezekiel? That's it? August shrugs, and nods. That's it? I suspect Harry will be looking to take full advantage of your fresh, unbiased eyes. Everyone here is too close to this. A stranger is exactly what we need right now.
Look, I don't know how you're used to doing things, but throw all of that out the window. Everything changes. Here. Now.
Oh, I'm excited. Oh, I'm ready to get into the mystery. Okay, alright. I hear footsteps in the hallway, and August quickly raises to their feet. They straighten their clothing and tie their sash a little tighter. I follow their lead and move to stand by their side, my heart hammering triple time in my chest as those footsteps draw near. There's a distinct clang of metal, of armor, heavy boots. Then the door swings open, and an imposing figure enters the room. Oh, all right. Yep, that's imposing. Okay, here we go. His gaze flickers between myself and August, his expression stern and almost emotionless. I've heard many tales about Harold Andington III. Oh wow, look at that name. And as he stands before me, I feel a certain sense of pride that he would choose to summon me to deal with such a vital case. He's adorned with the standard enforcer colors of black and gold, but his outfit is far more regal than any of the other higher-ranking officials I've seen. A wide smile breaks out across his scarred lips, and he pulls August into a tight embrace, a deep, comforting chuckle rumbling in his chest. Oh, they're close. I expected him to be colder.
Old friend, how the devil are you? It's been a while. Too long, I say.
He pulls away, still firmly holding onto August's shoulders. You look exhausted. Have you not been sleeping? August offers him a weary smile as Harry drops his hands. I'm trying to sleep. Does that count? Yeah. There we go. Everyone telling me to go to bed at a decent time. I can just say, look, I'm trying. Harry throws them a look, something stern but edged with a certain fondness, one that a father might give to their child.
Look after yourself, Augustus.
What? You're getting told off. August nods once, still smiling as Harry turns to stand before me.
Hunter, it's such a pleasure to meet you. I can finally put a face to all those impressive reports I've read.
Oh, okay. I've got an impressive report background. He offers me his hand and I eagerly take it. It's a pleasure to meet you too, Lieutenant General Addington, sir. That's a very long title. I would not be able to keep all that straight. He smiles warmly, keeping his grip on my hand, his other holding my forearm.
Harry is fine. None of that formal nonsense. If we're going to be working together for the foreseeable future, we might as well get familiar, wouldn't you agree?
Okay, Harry's easier to remember anyways. Of course, sir. Harry. He laughs, and I feel incredibly relaxed in his presence. Now, let's get to business, shall we? August hands him standard issue file sealed with wax bearing this the Scarlet Enforcer emblem. They watch me carefully as Harry breaks the seal, a heavy sigh falling from his lips as he quickly scans the report. He closes his eyes, handing the papers back to August before he turns his back to both of us. A silent moment passes, and Harry rounds his shoulders, clicking his neck before he faces us.
You know, I've worked for the Enforcers for nearly 30 years, and I've never felt quite so useless. We've lost some of our best, our brightest, kindest.
Oh, okay, alright. Harry pauses, the waver in his voice evident as he composes himself.
I am truly at a loss, and I'm finding it hard to remove my emotions from the equation when it's my own people being needlessly slaughtered.
So, is it like only hunters and enforcers dying? Oh, game's a little bit loud. Okay. Let me see. I'll bring that down a little bit. I was kind of thinking that too, but I wanted to make sure you guys could hear the characters and the awesome voice acting. Thank you, Ari, by the way. But I wonder if it's only hunters and enforcers dying. August averts their gaze, stealing a quick glance at me, seemingly sussing my reaction, but also giving Harry a moment of privacy.
Nothing can bring them back, but we can bring those responsible to justice.
Ooh, yes we can. Suddenly it hits me. The victims were hunters, weren't they? What? Okay, yeah, I guess.
Yes, they were hunters, just like you.
Okay, so I was right. It is just like hunters. I guess they're just saying hunters, not enforcers as well. Harry huffs a quiet laugh, clearing his
I
throat.
know we're putting a great deal of responsibility on your shoulders, but I have never-ending faith that you're the one who can help end this madness. Do you have any questions?
I have lots of them, but I don't know if I should ask any of them. Oh gosh. Well, okay. We know. Ow, gosh. Sorry, I sat on my knee weird and now it hurts. Anyways, we know that the victims are all hunters, so at least we know a little bit about that. So maybe we should ask about patterns? I don't know, what do you guys think? I'm thinking patterns. I think that would be the best way to go because we got out of them that they were hunters. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Other than the timing of the murders, are there any other patterns I should be aware of? Harry's mouth twists into a grimace, and he shakes his head. I hope you don't think ill of me, but I'd rather not tell you at this point. Well, I understand it's probably a lot to talk about, but I kind of need to know to figure things out. He and August share a look, and August seems perplexed by this statement. Harry? Harry places his hand upon August's shoulders, a reassuring touch, a smile, and then he looks back at me. Please, just trust me, both of you. What? Okay. I want you to go out there and see things with your own eyes. Utilize your abilities, then we can discuss what we've already discovered. This is a complex case with many intricacies, but I think it's important that you don't let our opinions cloud your judgment. Okay, alright, I get that. As terrifying and baffling as this may seem, I see where Harry is coming from. I don't want to be influenced by an investigation that's so obviously failing. Oh, yay, I get to ask about the victims too. Okay. How many victims do we have so far? August looks at Harry for guidance, and Harry nods his permission. Guys, come on. If like I'm gonna be a part of this investigation, we gotta share the information.
4, but we anticipate more. The victim has shown up every 7 days for the past month.
Okay, alright. So, alright, so 4, alright.
Yes, with the most recent being 6 days ago, which is when I called for you. Enough is enough.
Okay, alright.
We're due a body, if our calculations are correct.
So, like, tonight. Wait, 6? Yeah, tonight. Harry clears his throat, twists his gold band on his finger.
I'd like you to concentrate on the latest victim for now. Male, 46 years of age, a general. He was one of our best. We owe him this.
Alright. Cool. Got this. I take a deep breath before I ask my next question, feeling immensely guilty before it even falls from my lips. Oh no, what am I about to ask? Were all of them burned? I saw the ash in the charred ground. Oh yeah, that's a fun question, but I do need to know. Each body has been burned very badly, yes, to the point where we cannot determine what wounds they sustained beforehand. Not even with magic? He shakes his head, exchanging a look with August, one I can't quite place. Not even with magic. So, where would you like me to start? I almost expect them to tell me to figure it out myself, but Harry surprises me. Well, the most obvious of places would be the Abec. I think that's how you pronounce that. The what?
A curious pair are the Woodridge twins. They've taken up residence in the old church in the middle of town. I'm sure you've seen it.
I'm sure I have. I saw it alright. Big, imposing, and very obviously dilapidated. Yes, I did notice it. It's quite hard to miss, but I assumed it was empty with it being in such a state of disrepair. We can only dream that it becomes vacant, unfortunately. August clenches his fist, the faint flickering of magic shimmering in his palm.
They're a plague upon this town, spouting their drivel and preaching to the dumb and ignorant. They're idiots.
Oh, that looks really, really cool. August takes a deep breath, their magic dissipating.
Right. Sorry. Well, I'm not fond of them, if you couldn't already tell.
You don't seem fond of much, but okay. Harry and I share a glance. He smiles warmly, winking at me.
Oh, I think we got the picture.
Slightly.
Now, as I said, I suggest you start with them. Just see what you make of them. You might need to play along with the woman. She tends to favor playing games. Anything to baffle you.
Oh, fun. Alright, I'm down for some games. Have there already been questions? Are they dangerous? Are they human? Harry shrugs, and August's annoyance at him being so unbothered is obvious.
Yes, they're human, and yes, they've been questioned. Hunter Merriman saw to that, but she and the woman have a rather tumultuous relationship.
Oh gosh. Alright. Here we go. Their alibi is solid, and they have a guard, a human who has connections to Clan Casimir. She has no reason to support the Abec, but I really don't know how to pronounce that word, other than just doing her job. I'd still be interested to hear what you think of her, though. Okay.
So, in theory, they're harmless, but they do have the people's ear for some bizarre reason.
Okay, alright.
They prey on fear, and the town is infected with that right now. Be cautious of them. They certainly won't take kindly to you.
What you saying? Is it 'cause I'm a hunter?
Oh, I think the General can handle them just fine. Have some faith, August.
August waves their hand dismissively, wandering over to a filing cabinet that's nestled in the far corner whilst murmuring something under their breath. A warm hand touches my arm. We trust you, Eden.
Now, once you've spoken to them, I suggest just going where your gut tells you. There are plenty of other Lunarians for you to get to know, so just take today to really find your feet.
Okay, fun. Alright. We're getting this figured out. I hope you guys are enjoying. I gotta take a second and get a drink. This is a lot of reading. My mouth keeps getting dry. Alright.
I must meet with August and some of the other generals now, but please report back to us in the morning. Unless you find any damning evidence, of course, in which case, report back immediately.
Okay, alright. I nod, glancing over at my superior, who has taken it upon themselves to dive headfirst into yet another pile of paperwork. Trust no one, right?
Not a bloody soul. Suspect everyone. Question everything.
Alright, cool. Seems to be the running advice given around here. I close the door behind me, leaving August and Harry with their discussion. I feel a bit overwhelmed, but ready. Ready to finally start my investigation and hopefully end all of this chaos. I take a deep breath, straighten my clothes, feeling ruffled from both that initial heated encounter and the brief but semi-informative conversation with the Lieutenant General. As I turn to leave, I spot Piper leaning against the wall. She looks stoic, her gaze fixed on the floor, but she perks up when she spots me approaching. Yay! More interactions with Piper! Oi, Eden. I can call you that, can't I? Yes. She makes a quiet, frustrated noise and closes her eyes. She shakes her head, exhaling sharply before she meets my gaze. Listen, I'm sorry you had to witness that exchange. I can't bring myself to leave without apologizing for my behavior, both today and in the tavern the other day.
It's been a rough few weeks, and I often let my passion overrule any rational thoughts that I promise I am capable of having.
I'm sure.
It's unbecoming of me.
No, it's fine. I'm taken aback by the vulnerability of her words. This isn't the Piper I thought I'd have to become accustomed to. Piper, She raises her hand to halt my words, callous fingers curling into her
Please, just let me apologize, all right? Then we can pretend I never acted like a complete asshole, and you can go and do your job.
Okay. So, she sticks out her hand, her daggers clinging noisily where they rest in the holster at her back.
The name's Piper Merriman.
Oh, we're just starting like all over. Okay. She rolls her eyes, taking a deep breath before her next sentence.
Major Piper Merriman.
I want to know why you were demoted. I feel like it wasn't fair. She throws me a wicked grin, and I can't help but laugh. I think we should go for the romance option with Piper. I don't know about you guys. I don't know. Piper seems fun. I'm gonna give you just a little bit, chat. If you think we should go for somebody else, let me know. And I think there's still like options later, but this is just like kind of getting somewhat set up. So I don't know. I think let's go for Piper, or at least use the heart answer. I eagerly take her hand in my own and shake it firmly, my touch lingering a little longer than necessary as I cling to her warmth. It's a pleasure, Hunter Merriman. I gather I'll be seeing you around, or I hope I will. A smirk hooks the corner of her mouth, our fingers brushing as they slowly part, and there's something curious shining in her striking gaze.
Well, the town is terribly small. It would be quite hard to avoid me.
Good. Yeah. Not like I know what are you talking about. I shrugged nonchalant. Yep, that's totally all I do. I feel like me streaming is like my inner voice of like my character's brain. So outside, yeah, I shrug nonchalant, but in my brain I'm like, yeah, sure. I can think of far worse things than bumping into you. She narrows her eyes, shoving me playfully. The most subtle flash of color creeps across her freckled cheeks.
Oh, I don't know. I can be pretty scary if you ask nicely.
Oh! Nicely, you say. She purses her lips, her sapphire gaze sweeping over me like a caress.
Well, well. I think we're going to get along swimmingly.
Yay! Good, I'm glad. She's quite an enigma, and I can feel my skin prickling under her heavy gaze. Certainly not an unwelcome feeling. She snorts a laugh, the sound wholly inelegant but charming nonetheless. Who cares about being elegant? Thank you very much. Elegance is boring. What's so funny? She narrows her gaze, shifting from one foot to the other as she has excess energy to dispel. Oh, nothing much. I just didn't expect you to be quite so interesting, I suppose. Oh, well, I'm glad I'm interesting. I feign offense, and her answering laugh is magical. Yes, it is. I'll just have to prove myself then, won't I? That you will. Piper glances at the clock before turning back to me with a roll of her eyes.
Ugh, I better get going. I have an inevitably worthless mission to get on with.
Aw. Well, have fun with that.
People in this town are adept at mistaking common house cats for ghastly creatures. Must be something in the water.
Or they're just all idiots, but I mean, I won't say that out loud. I should go too. Yes, of course. Now, off you go. Save Linares and all that. I'll see you around, Eden. She turns on her heel and heads for the exit, pulling her chestnut hair up into a messy bun as she goes. I gather my wits, checking my supplies and weapons, adjusting my armor. It's time to begin. Eee! That's so exciting. We're actually making pretty good time in this story, too. I'm taking this as like basically a lot of the epilogue, or is that the right word? Epilogue? Is ending. We've met at least most, if not all, the main characters. And so I'm excited. It's a strangely beautiful day in Linares. Regardless of the biting cold, the sky is clear, and the cobbled streets are abuzz with smiling faces of townsfolk strolling to the local market with empty baskets and full pockets. There's certainly a different vibe to the last time I walked these streets. No panic, no haste. As I draw near to the center of town, I see that imposing white building. Scarlet flags sway in the wind on the roof, but as I look closer, I can see they're tattered and dirtied. The twins may very well be human, but the way my stomach drops and twists as I approach the weathered wooden doors tells me I might be shocked by what I'll find inside. Oh, I'm curious. I push open the heavy doors, and the sight that I'm met with snatches the breath from my lungs. This place is huge. Its domed ceiling was seemingly once decorated with an intricate painting, but the layers have cracked and peeled over time, and nothing more than the remnants of what looks like a starry night sky cling to it. The furniture is cracked with thick layers of dust, and the pews are in disarray and covered with strange etchings that look like they've been carved into the cheap wood with a blunt nail. There's a lot to take in, but I'm not here to scour the ruins for evidence. I'm here to talk to its inhabitants. The dread that's finally firmly seated in the pit of my stomach churns violently, but it's something old, something that lingers. I anticipate that I might find a lot more than I'm bargaining for if I truly desire, but I need to focus. Foreshadowing. I love some good foreshadowing. I need to find the Woodridge twins. As if by magic, two pairs of startlingly bright blue eyes emerge from the shadows near the destroyed pulpit. Oh, hello. Hello, Hunter. We were expecting you. To say that they're unusual would be an understatement, and they're not at all what I expected. Yeah, let's start slow, I'm guessing. I offer her a small friendly smile, however forced it may be. Word travels fast in Lenore's. I'm Hunter, Flower. She narrows her eyes at me, suspicious for the briefest of moments before she's smiling unnervingly again. Despite her best efforts at apparently trying to be cute, it's still terrifying. Oh. I'm Aurora, and this is my dear brother, Armoros? Those are very similar names. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Hunter Flower. I nod politely, not quite sure which of them I should be focusing my attention on. Armoros, how the heck, doesn't appear to enjoy talking, or maybe he's simply not permitted to. His overbearing sister is clearly the leader of the two. Man, I am just being so rude. I don't know, she's the one talking at the moment, so Aurora? I study her steeled gaze, and she seems completely at ease. Aurora, can you tell me what you do here? Armoros looks relieved that I didn't focus my attention on him, his once stiff shoulders sagging. Aurora clears her throat, a delicate hand covering her mouth as she does so. Well, what exactly would you like to know? What is... Let's still continue to go slow for now. I clear my throat, trying not to be distracted by their unnatural stillness. Can you explain to me what you do and why? They share a look, and Armoros nods under his sister's ice-cold gaze. Our purpose is simple. We spread the word of the night of those that are oppressed and murdered in cold blood. And who exactly are the oppressed? She giggles, the sound magical, but edging on maniacal. The creatures, of course. I look around. I look at Ormuz, and he drops his gaze, color sweeping across his pale cheeks. Is my answer not satisfying, Hunterflower? Surely you know that the institution that you serve brings harm to the innocents. That the creatures that you kill are nothing more than confused and lost, merely looking for salvation. I pause carefully, contemplating my response. My adult life has consisted of seeing bloodthirsty creatures trying to mindlessly murder innocent people, and in turn trying to kill me as I protect them. I see no desire for salvation in that. I appreciate that there are creatures who don't intend to harm anyone, even some that are kinder than most humans. But, I smile again and take a deep breath. But I cannot bring myself to understand how you can so blindly support the slaughter of your own people. Ormuz frowns deeply, and I swear I see him shaking his head at me, but just subtle enough for his sister not to notice. Because humans are inferior and pathetic. I don't know if I disagree there sometimes. We infest and corrupt the earth by dictating our time and resources to ridding it of the only things that give our wretched species any hope. She inhales sharply, calming herself and brushing her hands over the front of her skirt. So, Hunterflower, to answer your question, we are here to protect the creatures, just as you are here to destroy them. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good. Oh gosh. I'm sure you're very aware of the recent murders in the area. Can you tell me anything that may be of use in my investigation? Aura steals her gaze, unblinking, her fingers clasping tightly in front of her. We saw nothing, and we have an alibi. Okay. I look at Armas, startled that he actually spoke. His voice is strangely soft and comforting. Regardless, his words sound practiced and rehearsed. He looks nervous, like he'd rather be anywhere else but here, and his eyes keep darting to the door behind me. Nothing at all. You're stationed right beside the graveyard where the last hunter's body was discovered. You're telling me you didn't hear anything? He was brutally murdered, set alight, and burned to ash, and yet he didn't scream or call for help. Wow, I am just like digging into them. Aura's lips curls at the corner, her eyes turning dark. My brother speaks the truth, Hunterflower. Question us all you like, but we've been through this with your insufferable predecessor. Oh, you're gonna talk about Piper like that? Alright. Just like Harry said, they apparently have an ironclad alibi. That took me a second to figure out that word. But my suspicion does not waver. I nod once, noticing Ormuz's gaze burning into me, and though I cannot gauge how he's feeling, My gut tells me he has something to say. Something he wouldn't dare say by his sister's side. I gotta get them separated. I so see where this is going. I gotta separate him. Like he's scared. I'm starting to feel like Harry sent me here just to unnerve me. Surely he knew this is what I would be faced with. I still have little to nothing to work with here, and as the twins continue to stare me down, I think about his parting words. Suspect everyone, question everything. You truly have nothing else to say regarding the situation. Aurora stands firm, her lips curling into a wolfish grin once more. Not a thing. It was ever so wonderful to make your acquaintance, though. Truly. Yeah, your face falling for the word truly. Do stop by again. Our doors are open to everyone. We're more than happy to accommodate you should your agency need to question us for a third time. Ormus gave me a look again, and I wonder if it would be possible to somehow get him alone. I have a feeling I'd get a lot more out of him than I have from her. Thank you, Aurora. Ormus. Ooh. On my way out, I see a small, neatly wrapped package sitting on the doorstep. I bend down to check the label, and written in elegant script are the words, yep, I don't know. It's those words. And Ormus's name printed with a small heart. Oh, do you got someone you like? I may not know what it means, but I know demonic language when I see one. Just as I suspected, there might be a lot more Ormus Woodridge than meets the eye. Ooh. Oh, got a secret lover or something, is what it seems like. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit more, and then probably call it soon. Because this is a lot of reading, and while I enjoy it, it is a lot for my voice. So I walk through the center of town for a while, getting to know the buildings and watching the people that pass me by. Lenoris turns into a quiet, nervous town when the sun begins to set, and I wonder if it's only recently lost its warmth. I consider heading for the graveyard, something tugging at me and telling me that there's more there for me to find, but Alcar suddenly appears from between the crooked houses, sending two children that were playing in the streets scattering.
What the hell have you been doing in that damned church? Are you feeding into their bullshit already?
Oh, you're spying on me, are you? Interesting. Alright. He pauses, huffing a sharp breath through his nose.
I thought you'd be different. Just like everyone said you would be. How stupid of me to want to believe them.
Will you chill out? I was just talking to them. Relax. This certainly isn't the first time I've been caught off guard by an angry lichen, but it's safe to say that I don't need to fear for my life here. Maybe. He does look pretty pissed. It's not what you think, Alcar. I was just questioning them. He scoffs, rolling his eyes. His hands are shaking, but he balls them into fists when he catches me looking. Is that so? Why should I believe you? I don't even know you. Why do you care? That's my question. No, you don't, which is why you should consider giving me the benefit of the doubt. I'm just trying to do my job. Do you suggest I just ignore the very obvious cult in the middle of town? His wolf ears flicker back and forth, and he unclenches his fist. You were just questioning them. Why do you care? Tell me why. I nod. Yes, I was hardly agreeing with them in their hatred for, well, me. He rolls his eyes at me, standing his ground. Something has me curious, and I can't resist asking. They want to protect you from the likes of me, so why do you despise them so much?
Because they couldn't care less about those of us that don't enjoy killing humans mindlessly. Because we're not real creatures if we stay out of trouble and befriend humans or each other.
Oh, I struck a nerve there. Oh. So, if you dare to act even remotely human, you're the enemy too. He smirks, brows raised.
Aha. Now you're getting it.
Makes sense. See, if you don't just like suspect me for things and you talk to me. Alcar is apparently defensive to a fault, but I sense that under the surface he's probably just scared, maybe even a little lonely. It must be hard to be feared like that when you've done nothing wrong. At least, I don't think he has. He's kind of a bastard. Do you have friends here? Oh, were you following me? Yes, that's what I was curious about. Alcar, were you following me? He bristles, frowning deeply. Look, I'm sorry, but I'm curious. Don't flatter yourself. I can just smell the twins a mile away.
I just like to keep an eye on things. Especially them. And especially strange new hunters who appear out of nowhere. Then proceed to hang out with those creeps.
What? Excuse me, they hate the hunters a lot. I don't think they're gonna exactly want to befriend us. Well, cross my heart and hope to die. My visit was innocent.
I would be careful making that statement here. Someone might take you up on it.
Well, someone has taken a lot of people up on it, apparently. I laugh, but he's probably right. So, you just happen to conveniently be hiding in the alley to jump out on me, then? Something like that, yeah. A moment passes, and Alcar restlessly shifts from one foot to the other. He doesn't seem incredibly satisfied with my answer about questioning the twins, but I can't really do much more to convince him, nor do I care to right now. So where are you heading now? Do you live nearby? He narrows his eyes at me, clearly contemplating if he wants to divulge such information. Why? I mean, probably just curious. Sorry, Alcar, but I don't think a romance path with you would be what I'm thinking of doing. Just asking in an attempt to be at being friendly. You don't have to tell me.
That simple, huh? I live around in places.
You're homeless. Well, I mean, that's fine. It just being very cryptic about being homeless. I scoff a laugh, earning a raised brow and a flick of his ear. Very specific. Yes, very specific.
I'm a specific guy.
Yes, you are. Good job. He glances up at the sky, muttering something under his breath before he sets his gaze upon me once again. What was that?
It's getting dark, and there's a cold drink with my name on it at the Wolf. As much as I'd love to stay standing in the middle of the street talking to Lunaris' new favorite person, I'd better dash.
At the Wolf? What is the Wolf? He turns, and as he's about to leave, but he pauses, pointing at the back. The building looms over the town, and it appears even more unsettling now I know who resides in there.
Stay away from them. You might think you're safe because they're human, but words can do just as much harm as knives or claws in this town.
I gotta say, the art style in this is gorgeous. I am having so much fun. I get the horrible feeling that he's right, that maybe I should have pushed harder with them. I should be asking him about the murders too, but Harry told me to trust my instincts, and right now something is pulling me towards the graveyard, not towards this scrappy, sarcastic wolf. I'll be careful. See to it that you are, Hunter. The town might fucking implode if it has to deal with much more. He makes a dismissive noise, scowling at me, but he's unable to mask his obvious worry for my well-being. Not that I care. Anyway, I'll see you around. He offers me a half-assed wave paired with a decidedly mischievous grin, and then Alcar slinks back into the alley from whence he came. Oh, we're out at night. So, I've been told that that's not a good thing. And that's a fun little cliffhanger to probably leave stream on. Oh, it's a bad cliffhanger to leave myself on, though. The graveyard. Should I continue? I feel like I should continue. Being out in the graveyard at night when a death is supposed to happen soon. Alright, fine. Alright, I'm continuing. The graveyard looks so different at night. Beautiful, even. Fog twists and curls around my ankles as I walk, glimmering specks of vivid blue light sparkling in its haze. Thankfully, the darkness is a little more forgiving this evening. Something seems to be guiding me along and leading me right to the place where the murder happened. I'm hoping that I might be able to get a clear idea of what transpired here that night now that I know who he was or what he was. I follow the path and see a dark figure crouching before a neat line of gravestones. There's no danger here, not that I can feel, but I approach with caution anyway. As I draw near, I recognize him. It's Finn. I'm no fool, and I know he senses me here, but he doesn't flinch, keeping his gaze fixed on the dark forest that surrounds us. I don't know if I should give him space, but I know it mentions specifically he knows I'm here. I'm gonna be pushy. I clear my throat, quirking my brow as he stands and turns to face me, effortlessly graceful. There's no walls for you to pin me against out here. How will you cope? That is not the answer I picked, but okay. His golden eyes shine in the darkness, and he offers me a sheepish glance.
When good people are getting brutally murdered, my instincts tend to get the better of me. But I apologize again. I'll do anything you require for you to feel comfortable around me.
It was a joke. Or it better be a joke. No mind reading? He shakes his head quickly.
No mind reading, unless you ask, of course. Or unless you have any particularly loud thoughts. Then I'm afraid there's not much I can do to help it.
Huh. Cool. This makes me want to dye my hair black. Anyways, a smirk hooks the corner of his mouth, and he offers me his iron hand, switching to his flesh one when I throw him a curious look.
Both are just as cold as the other, unfortunately.
Truce? I shrug heartily and shiver as his cold skin meets my warm, his handshake firm. Truce. I really need to have a look around. I sense something near where the body was found that night after I arrived. He pauses, looking as though he's trying to decide if he should say what he's thinking.
There's definitely a strange energy here. Stranger than usual, anyway. But I can help you, if you wish. I mean, if you wanted an immortal opinion.
Oh, well, it could be useful. Nobody else is giving me their opinion. How exactly can you help me? He huffs a quiet laugh and folds his arms across his chest.
Would an excellent sense of smell, and the ability to see things your human eyes cannot, be of use?
Yeah, probably. Maybe just a little. I feign disinterest, a playful roll of my eyes as he waits for my response. I suppose I shouldn't dismiss any help, but how do I know you're not the thing committing these horrible crimes? I've been told to trust no one more times than I can count, so tell me, Finn, why should I trust you? He offers me a wary smile, but sadness lingers in his gaze.
Freedom.
Oh, freedom. Okay, that's a different answer than what I was expecting. Freedom? He nods again, taking another deep, unnecessary breath.
I've been trying to become a better man since the day I died. My sire was a cruel man, a tyrant. Being around that for centuries does something to you.
Oh no, he's got trauma. Oh no. Where's your sire now? He swallows thickly, rubbing the back of his neck. It's almost a nervous gesture, and the first time I've seen him do anything that looked remotely human or graceless. Dead. Killed by your lieutenant general. I owe Harry my life. He freed me from Levi's shackles. He pauses, head tilted toward the night sky, and closes his eyes. A smile crosses his lips, something wicked.
I've done terrible things in my time, and I intend to pay penance for those for the rest of my days. Which, if you hadn't heard, is forever.
Oh. There's so many things I long to ask him. He's seen so much, done so much, and I assume lost so much.
So, to answer your question, I value doing the right thing above all else, even if sometimes I tend to stumble a little. Metaphorically, of course.
'Cause you never stumble actually. I offer him a wary smile, watching him watch me. Would definitely need the help. Also still not... Right now, the main two that seem interesting are... don't get me wrong, Finn doesn't seem bad, but the main two I find interesting are Ezra and Piper, and probably more Piper. I'd appreciate the help. I think I need all the help I can get, so thank you, Finn. I take a deep breath, exhaling sharply. So, where the hell do we begin? Maybe that's where we should leave. We got to see what was gonna happen in the graveyard. It's not the worst cliffhanger, but we still have a lot more story to get through if I'm correct. So, this will be a future stream, and I'm so excited. I think this story is so cool. I hope you guys also enjoy. I'm gonna do an empty slot. Just in case something happens, at least I can go to that one. Wait, whoops. Okay. So, I think that is where we're gonna leave off stream today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know this is a bit different. Not something I normally or have tried before. So let me know honestly what you guys think. If it's a little boring or not really a stream you want, then let me know. I had a lot of fun with it. It was a lot of reading though, and reading out loud is not my strongest suit, but I do enjoy doing it. So I am excited to see where the rest of this story goes, to see some of the romance options. I thought we'd get a little deeper into it than we did today, but that just means we've got more to come back to. So I can't wait. Hopefully the next time we stream it, you guys will also want to tune in then. But again, just let me know what you thought of stream. But that's where I'm gonna leave it off for today. Go rest my voice, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.